Hi, Gemini. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot. I'm going to come to you with a quick mid-month May 2016 reading. This is for the sign of Gemini. We had our full moon in Taurus on the 6th. Mercury is retrograde in Taurus. Jupiter has come direct. And we have a full moon in Sagittarius coming up the weekend of the 20th through the 22nd. Um, this full moon occurs for 2 days, so this is going to be something extremely rare. Full moons are very emotional, so emotions may already be heightened. It's in fire, so you may be wanting to fight, and I would suggest that if anything, you got to make any major decisions or you have to have any big discussions, if you can, try to steer clear of that weekend because there could be a lot of miscommunications with Mercury in retrograde. Um, Taurus is on the second house of the astrological chart. It rules study and travel in some regards, but basically it's ruled by Venus, so it's about the love, the income, the beauty, and the money. This is your self-worth, your self-possessions, the money that you make on your own, not money that you get from other people. It is about my things versus our things. So we do have an opposition of Taurus against Scorpio, and Scorpio is the couple house, and Taurus is the self house. The second house rules the self. The first house is all about what you project out to people or how people see you, but the second house is really about your own self, the way you feel about yourself. Um, so let's take a look, Geminis, and see what is happening here at mid-month. I apologize for getting these out so late to you. It's going to be short. All right, let's see. For the sign of Gemini, mid-month, May 2016. There's Taurus. He's been showing up. That Hierophant's been showing up a lot. Well, there's three kings here. Whoa. Now, and the Seven of Swords. Well, see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards. So I have the energy of three kings here. Now, this card represents Gemini, but we're going to look at this in the sense that this is an air sign person. And perhaps starting off the month of May, for some of you Gemini, you were either in this space of being emotionally distant, uh, being a little logical and being a little rational, perhaps more so than maybe you need it to be. But I would assume that this has to do with something or someone coming in from the past, showing up quite suddenly. And this person came with the sun. Okay. Now, this is odd because I have a moon card opposed the sun, and in the center is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is not necessarily a new love, but it is an opportunity to experience, to have a fresh emotional start, or an opening of your intuition, or a fresh spiritual start. That's what that dove represents in the top. This is literally the spirit descending down into the earthly plane, but it's coming through your emotions, okay? Um, Now, I have the World card, and that represents Saturn. So perhaps this energy here that you've had to embody, or if you've been dealing with someone who's been embodying this kind of energy, it is brought about by certain, I'm going to say, perhaps outside limitations. The world, the earth. Earth represents the material plane. But know that this is coming to an end. This is the end of a cycle. But there's something, I don't know if this has to do with either a woman, yes or no, someone mysterious, I do feel it could be someone that you may have some type of psychic connection with. The sun is all about the outside self. So if this is not someone that you have a connection, a psychic connection with, this is you being sent. Your intuition is kicking in. And that can happen for Virgos and Gemini when Mercury goes retrograde. We may not be able to outwardly express what's going on, but we're receiving a lot of messages internally from the fourth dimension. I would say this is true, okay, because this guy represents being able to bridge the gap between the spirit world and the earthly world, okay, and there is knowledge to impart. This could be a teacher, perhaps, and you know, it's odd, I've got these two quote-unquote religious figures here. She is holding the Torah, okay, which speaks to the esoteric knowledge, the hidden knowledge, and he speaks to the socially acceptable spiritual knowledge, perhaps representing, this is about perhaps mysticism and spirituality, and this is about religion, okay? They are two separate things. Not two separate, but they're two different things. Now, what I don't understand are these kings, these three kings that have come out, and two of them are facing each other. And because this is a fire sign, the sun supports this guy. The sun is shining on him, but it supports this King of Wands here. I don't know if this is three people coming together to work on something new, or if this is not a warning, but kind of a heads up that there could be some conflict here, because really these three people have completely different temperaments, and these two juxtapose each other. This is fiery, more direct. This is more cool, logical, and rational. Someone that has a lot of things going on under the surface, perhaps, that you're not aware of. They don't show it. I don't know if, you know, I don't know what this is. This is really quite an interesting spread. Whatever this thing is, it is here to teach you a lesson, even if this is a person. And I hate to say lessons because it always sounds so hard. But in one regard, spiritual lessons can be difficult to assimilate, even to recognize. But there is something inherently good in this. These two kings, these three kings, I don't know what this could be about. You know, and I could say, well, some people say, well, the three queens, there's gossip, this, you know, guys gossip as much as girls. What we call locker room talk. But they get together and they have their little powwows too. But for some reason, this King of Swords is on the outside. And it looks as though there's something that needs to be healed between this King of Wands and this King of Swords. And perhaps the King of Pentacles is the mediator to come in. He is also being supported by the sun here. But there's something not quite right here. I don't know if this could be a meeting about a move, or because this is about strategy as well. This could be about strategy and brainstorming. It could be a house move. It could be lying, cheating, stealing. And maybe that's why this king is so standoffish. Maybe there's something that occurred between these two, okay, from the past, and this is them meeting up again. And perhaps they have to work together and see, like, cool and rational under the surface. That's all that moon energy. That's what the high priestess represents. Um, Maybe these three people have come together to build something, to start something. Um, and these are literally these are opposing energies. And maybe this guy in the center, this person in the center, or this energy in the center, maybe this is where they're trying to meet up on an earthly level. Maybe this guy has a big ego, and maybe this guy is super, super sensitive. Um, I don't know. There's nothing negative really in the spread. I just don't understand why the three kings have come out. I was really surprised to see that. I try not to be surprised when I'm reading the cards, but this is surprising. Now, this is mid-month. So I think this moon here, maybe what this is saying with the Hierophant is, yes, to trust your intuition, but ultimately you're going to have to do the right thing. I don't know. And that speaks to this king. So that could imply that the king has been perhaps a little bit difficult to deal with in one regard. He is the exit card. Um, and you have this one guy in the center. And this is the Capricorn card. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So maybe he is the one who's come in and said, okay, look, knock it off. We got something we got to do. It's something that's going to benefit all of us. And we got to get this, whatever it is, if it's egos, if it's fear, if it's, I don't know what this 7 is saying though. Let's just take a look at the 7 of Swords and see what this is telling us, because that's kind of hanging over everything. 3 Kings, I was really shocked. And then there's a Knight, and I'm looking at this like it's an event. I'm not reading it as, I think this person, this King of Pentacles, is the one who's, maybe these two feel that in a sense maybe he's stymieing or blocking, but he's really not. He's really here to bring a little wisdom to the situation so that it can move forward. But there's something, I don't know if this is egos. I can't tell you. I mean, it's not a bad spread. Hold on. Yes. The Fortuna. So whatever this, like I said, whatever this thing is, it's something positive for all 3 people involved. Like it arrived suddenly, whatever this event, it's an opportunity that has come about suddenly to really, something to do with an institution or to build something solid. Maybe this guy has some type of hidden motivation by what he wants to do with it, whereas these people are a little bit more open and out in the open about how they want to deal with this situation. And it's really these 2 guys that are having to bridge the gap. Bridge the gap. Bridge the gap. They're building something, these people. Maybe they've had dealings with each other in the past. We see the Fortune card in the past, but something came into change, and this could say it's about stupid actions and stupid behaviors. Maybe someone was not being honest and truthful and upfront. And I do feel that it is between this King of Swords and this King of Wands. I don't know what this is. I don't have a clue. I don't know if it's a relationship issue. I mean, it is a relationship issue, but it doesn't read like a romantic issue unless there is a woman involved, and because she's in line with this person and this person, maybe that's what the past, maybe they had a relationship in the past that ended, and maybe they're still friends because the world says it's a completion. So there's really nothing negative left there. Maybe this guy is now married to this woman, and maybe the conflict is, I don't know, egos coming in the way. I don't know what this is. I really don't. I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this message helped Gemini. I'm just as confused as I'll get out. Oh, wait. I wanted to look at the King of Wands, right? Hold on. See, it makes no sense. This makes no sense to me. The prigione, someone stuck and unable to move. The allegrezza al cuore, the happiness of the heart, and the bambino. This is something new. I don't know what this is. Hold on. Let's just take a look and see, because these guys are opposed to each other. There's fire versus air. This is water versus fire. This is earth. This is fire. There's 1, 2, 3 earth cards. This is moon in Aquarius. It's as if the cards are saying that this King of Swords, or the energy is, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I really don't want to. I really don't want to have anything to do with this person. But nevertheless, it's going to turn out positively. I don't know what this is. I hope that helped, Gemini. Namaste.